Brawlers, baby.
You're watching the Brawlers Sports Boxing Show podcast, starring CEO Rick Muhammad. The Brawlers Sports Boxing Show podcast. Let's go, Jack.
Brawlers, baby.
What's up, boxing fans? It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawlers Sports Media in the building. Let's do a little recap in here real quick. I didn't get to say what I wanted to say about the Bivol Canelo Alvarez fight, light heavyweight fight. Everybody, you know, Canelo pound for pound, best fight in the world. He's running through fighters. He's eating up championship belts. He's gonna beat Bivol. That's what a lot of people thought he was gonna beat Bivol. Bivol, Floyd Mayweather made the blueprint to beat the likes of Canelo Alvarez. And the way you had to beat him, the way Floyd did, was sticking and moving, throwing bunches of punches at him, keeping a lot of punches in his face, keeping a good steady jab on him, good footwork, good ring savvy, you know, to go with that boxing IQ that Floyd had. If you got a good jab, you throw a lot of punches, and you don't stand right in front of Canelo, and you step around and you utilize the ring to your advantage and show good ringmanship, good ring savvy, good footwork, plenty of punches, and a good stiff, snappy, solid jab, because speed is power. You could beat Canelo. And Bivol proved that. That's exactly what he did from the bell. Now, had he faded and not kept his hands going and stayed busy and let his hands go at angles and uppercuts and going to the body, had he not done that and took a break, Canelo would have took advantage of that. You know, Canelo would have took advantage of that. And many think Bivol would have stopped Canelo had he had a little more time in this fight. But, hey, it was a good fight. Canelo's a warrior. He's a gladiator. Can't take nothing from Canelo. He'll be back. But the thing of it is, where do you put him now since he lost? Since he's not pound for pound anymore, does he still stay in the top 5, or does he drop drastically beyond the top 5? Another thing you probably haven't heard, or nobody shared this news with you, Bivol was to be paid $5 million. That was his purse for this fight. And he has yet to be paid due to the oligarch and all of the Russian money and the sanctions that's been put on Russia. Bivol has not been paid his $5 million purse as of today for that fight that happened all over, a week, going on 2 weeks now. So, that's pretty bad. Hopefully, you know, they clear that up, he gets his money. But hey, that's it when you're at war. What else? In that fight, here's a punch stack comparison. Canelo Alvarez threw 485 punches, power punches. All right, let me correct that. 485 power punches. He landed 84 of those. Bivol threw 710 power punches, and he landed 152 of those. Check it if you think I'm lying. Check it if you think I'm lying. So that shows you right there that there's no way. Canelo was probably baffled as to why he couldn't do what he had been doing to so many of his other opponents that he did. He could not do with Bivol. And that Bivol, a boxer, always wins against a fighter, a slugger, if you will. And that's what happened here. Bivol boxed, let his hands go, kept that jab in Canelo's face, and utilized that ring to his advantage. Canelo likes to come straight forward, walk you down, break you down in the body, bring it back up top to the head. That's what he's infamous for, and it's done pretty good with him. Another fighter that had a chance of beating Canelo before this Bivol fight was my man Billy Joe Sanders. Billy Joe Sanders was boxing the shit out of Canelo, but he faded, and he couldn't deliver those volleys and series of punches all night. And Canelo wore him down, started walking him down, cutting the ring off on him, going to the body, messed his eye up. I mean, hey, that's what he did. But Billy Joe Sanders, had he had the same fight plan, Floyd gave everybody the blueprint, and the way Bivol fought him, he would have had success probably in getting that first W against Canelo Alvarez. But that was a big win for Bivol. Because, you know, Canelo went after his strap. So no matter what, if he's not a true light heavyweight, Canelo, hey, you called him out, you went for a strap, and you lost. You lost. Canelo had the audacity to say he felt like Bivol, DMITRY BIVOL, only won 4 or 5 of the 12 rounds. Stevie Wonder even said otherwise. I don't know what fight. Maybe he'll have a change of heart right now as he's watched this fight probably thousands of times right now. But clearly, there's no way you thought you won this fight and that Bivol only had 4 or 5 rounds up on you out of 12. There's no way. No way, buddy. Sorry. Take that L. You know, you'll come back. You'll bounce back. You're a legend. You've already, you know, fulfilled your legacy pretty much. If Canelo walked away today or tomorrow, hell, he's still one of the biggest, hottest superstars in boxing. So that's it for that. What else we got coming up? We have Benavidez is coming up this weekend. David Benavidez is fighting in Phoenix, his hometown. We got that fight. Oh yeah, let's backtrack real quick. Undercard, Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis was on the undercard of the Charlo Castano rematch. Boots Ennis had a second round knockout. Boots is fearless. That fight was an elimination bout. The winner is supposed to be the IBF mandatory for Earl Spence Jr. Let me break it down. Now, that's not going to happen that way. I don't think Boots is going to get that fight. Spence ain't going to get him that fight because Spence knows now that the money fight is versus Bud. That's the fight all the fans want to see. That's the fight everybody in boxing wants to see. Supposedly, this is the fight Bud and Earl want to see. And you know, when Earl stopped Ugas in the 10th round of their fight, he called out Bud and said, hey, I'm going to whip your ass next. And I'm like Moby Dick. He's the big fish. He's like Moby Dick. And Bud came back, posted a picture of him standing in front of Cowboy Stadium as if to say, hey, I'll come to your hometown, kick your ass and take your strap. So that's the fight everybody wants to see. I don't think Boots will see that mandatory fight. If anything, he'll get a little step aside money. Win, lose, or draw for Earl. Earl gonna go up to 54. Bud is probably gonna do the same. That 147 division, those belts will probably be vacant. That'll be Boots' shot to get one of those straps on. Fight for all those straps and do a welterweight tournament. I don't know how this whole thing is gonna pan out, but I don't see Boots getting his mandatory versus Spence before Spence and Bud fight. And I don't see Ennis getting his fight with either one of these guys. Because if they win this fight happen, I guarantee you we're going to want to see 2 or 3 on these fights. There's going to either be a rematch called for one rematch or it's going to be a 3-fight deal. Bud, Spence, 1, 2, and 3. Moneymakers, cash cow. Now where does that put Boots now? See what I'm saying? Boots is awesome. He's a great fighter. He deserves his shot. He paid his dues. I don't blame him. He's where he needs to be. He's considered one of the elite 147-pounders we have out there. Give him his shot. Now, let's move on to my man, Jermell Charlo. Great job, great performance. Big props go out to my man, Derek James, his head trainer. As you know, he also trains the Truth, Earl Spence. Congratulations, Team Charlo. Charlo is the first undisputed junior middleweight or super welterweight, however they naming it now, ever in a while. Where does that put Charlo now? Does that put him in the top 5 since he won the undisputed 154-pounder division? And what's next for him? I see him having to move up to 160 because who else is in 154 for him to fight? Seems like, you know, Jarrett Hurd just fell off. We thought that was going to be a good matchup somewhere down the road until Jarrett lost to my man Julian J. Rock Williams. You know, and then he took the fight after he just lost his pops. And he took that fight and lost. Mentally, he never showed up for that fight. Put it like that. So I don't know where Charlo goes from here. The only place he got to go is up 160 and continue to build and fulfill that legacy and, you know, get ready for his retirement and and leave all of his accolades and successes right there in place and just build a shrine, a Charlo museum of everything that he's accomplished while being an active fighter, if you will. So what else we got coming up? We got Tank coming up on the 28th of this month. Barclay Center, him and Rolly Romero. That's gonna be a good fight. So we shall see. But we got David Lemieux and David Benavidez. That's gonna be, you know, I got Benavidez knocking Lemieux out within 6 or 7 rounds, if not sooner. He probably get some work in, drop some of the ring rust off, and you know, display his skills and then go for the kill. But definitely this fight will not go the distance. So what do you think? All right. What else we got? Well, that's about it for now. Hey, once again, congratulations to my man, Deontay, Devon's mama, Wilder, for your statue. Home state, paying homage to you. State of Alabama, Tuscaloosa, stand up. Hey, let's go, champs. Till next time. It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media in the building. Let's go, champs.
Brawlers, baby.